Welcome to PSGL this season 28. This is Rat 6F5 here at France. So France is 167 different layouts, but there's only one you need to master here today. And we come to Brendan, also known as one. I am not joined by Evan this evening, unfortunately he can't come to alongside me, but we should still have a good race nonetheless. So hopefully we'll get into quality soon. So now we just need to wait a little. As well, here's one or two drivers who need to join soon enough. So, just have to wait now. So, readying up, we have the last driver for Legend, only 17 tonight it seems. What's 17's more than enough to get a good race, well, to have a good race, so we'll get going very shortly. So, as we're into France now, does this mean, well, track limits will be an important factor here, namely in quali, and also in the race as well. So usually, some people probably go for mediums, as then they can afford to do the one stop, well, a comfortable one stop. You can still do a soft to hard here, however, it does mean you have to stretch your tires a lot. So we have now some people out. I'll change that track map there. Simon is the first one out there on the soft tires. Bryn on softs as well. You have Legend now on softs, Pop Excel now on softs. You know, Spaghetti Chips on softs. Legend on softs. The only person who has selected mediums even in the garage is Namsko, who did not have the best of races last time out. And that means what would seem like, well, a runaway championship for him. So now let's see, as we're coming around now. So Simon here, he well obviously you've got to watch that pit lane entry, since you can't really cross the, you have to keep to the right there when you're pitting, so that's something to watch out for. Simon now, as he begins his lap, going into the first chicane here, you try clip the inside curb set, save a bit extra room in the out, well, a bit more of a leeway to push on that outside, because it's very common to go wide in the Valdez. Through turn 3 and turn 4, as you look towards you, and take a bit of curb if you can, and then as you push your car through the sluggish left-hander, and now onto the straight here, or right-hander, and now down towards turn 8 and 9. Now you can go quick into there and then just get on the brakes and get out of there quickly. You can get a lot of time there if you get your line right. And through sector 2, looking alright so far. And through this very long right-hander. And to the left-hander here, there's a bit of a lock-up. Goes a bit wide, so not tucking in there, although if you get on the inside curb, it can spin you round. I'm just taking a bit of curb there to open up to the Multiple corner before this last little hairpin. And as you go to come across the line, it will be 1:27.6. So Bryn into the pit. That's a run gone for him. Meanwhile, next runs across the line is I for Legend who invalidated, so he's just now going again. Namp's going to medium starting his lap. The AlphaTauri here, Pop Excel, will want to get out of the way now, and he has done, so that's not bad. And well, that's fairly good from him to make sure he gets out of the way and doesn't really hinder the lap. Well, not looking too bad for Namsko here. It's actually Finlay is a faster time at 27.4, and that's instantly beaten by Ron, it's at 27.2. And now Bandini has went in at 27.6. Popix, it's time to unmatched there by Bandini, as Jesper went P3, so you'll be fairly happy with that. So now Namsko's at 21.1. It's also a representative lap in the end. They'd be looking to maybe get a better lap in this time round. As meanwhile, Cortez, who's took back-to-back wins, is, well, he is P2 at the moment now, just behind Ron. the McLaren, or McCoolitzy is 27.5. Namsco now second up. That would only put him in the, well, almost second up, but that only put him in the 30.2s or that, around there. He'll need to improve a bit more if he wants to get anywhere near to the other drivers. 28.8. Spaghetti Chips is halfway around at this stage. So now Bryn, who didn't get his first run, time in board in his first run, you want to get one in now at least, so that you can just have something there. As well, I believe that's Tim Wentink, who has just joined back. He was in the lobby but then lagged out. And it's looking like a very good run for Bryn now. As well, you can't really invalidate anymore. And there's no real reason to. Track extent, but is at 27.4, so a very good time there for Bryn. So another Carson there. It's nice to see you here. And meanwhile, so Matt Tebow's now starting his lap. Ivor Santeri is now joined, so he left and rejoined, which isn't great for him. I see now Tim. He's really doing the proper laps at the moment. Oh, there's Pop XL, who's just gone fastest. So, I'm sorry, showing himself to be fairly handy in quali here. Hasn't got that much look in the races, but he has shown that himself to have the pace, and at the very least in qualifying. So Finlay is using ZRS, but he's invalid. Odd. Cortez now starting his lap. Nick Burns across the line with an off from Mayo Jesper to start his lap. And now Williams of Tim Wentink to start his lap. Oh, bit of a slide, but I don't think it would have costed that much as he took a lot of speed in beyond. Or going into that corner. Oh, and invalid. Yep. Just caught a bit too much. This Dominator 22.0 for the first sector on the medium tyres, so him and Namsco have got the same plan. So next, Cortez into the pits. He's at 27.2. Yeah. Oh, that's Legend who's going to go 27.2. He's up to second. Finlay on pole with a 26.9. And well, next, once a Dominator, because I think his next card's a time. Maybe Jesper actually up ahead. No, nope, he was invalid. As Dominator, he says a 29.0. Namsco half a second up in the first sector. So as we come up to where sector 2 ends, see how much time he's getting now. He's a second up, so it already put him at spaghetti chips. And with the time he can gain in the last sector here, I think he'll go. May not be able to put himself on the lower half of the top 10 at the very least. They'll lock up the championship leader. He'll want to get the lap in now. So let's see where he goes. It's a 27.1. It's P2. It is P2 for Namsco. Snipes in the pits. Santeri on the lap here. Santeri has shown he's had a lot of pace, but he got that puncture at Spa, and then just in the smoother races just didn't quite get the look he wanted. So for Santeri now, it's a 27.2, it's going up for P8. That's different. Namsco, less, or just over a tenth quicker. Yeah, he's 6 positions ahead of Santeri. So now next person who will be crossing the line, I think we Nams, well, he won't be crossing the line. Nams goes into the pits. I've been noticed Finlay's retired, and he's clearly happy enough with his lap, given that he's the only man in the 26s. Tim Wenting now on the lap. Ignore the fact that it says Nicholas Latifi. Swing like an alright lap so far. 21.6. So this could be well, yeah, this looks like it will be a decent enough lap. As Simon, I believe, has just went to P5. So now, as it's 48.6 here. This might be Tim's one and only lap of this session. If he can just keep it valid, you won't have to waste another lap in these tyres. He's going to be wide to open up the corner there. And take it, he doesn't take curb, unlike a lot of other people. He does flick over to the right then to open up the left-hander. Now with the lock up and up to third gear, he is going to cross the line for a 126.7. Oh wait, 27.7. Oh god. So he is only P14. So Pop Excel now. Let's see. So some last laps being set here. Where is he after sector 1? He is a tenth up, enough to displace Namsko. Namsko, is he going to make the line? Or is my timing off slightly? Legend, he's invalidated. He's not going to get another lap in this session. Ron, I'm not quite sure how he's doing. That's Bryn. That's Bryn. Oh dear. Jesper's retired, so we'll have to try and get Ivor Snipes on board. Yeah, looks like a crash. I think it was. Yep, that looks like a crash to me. In the way it's facing. Pop XL has improved a little bit more. It just needs a good exit out of here. And let's see now, 25, 26, 27.0. Not enough for pole, but good enough for P2 at the moment. Let's see Ron. What can he do now? As he's about to cross the line. It's a 27.2 is good enough for P7. But that'll be it. As Cortez retired, Santeri is retired. Michelizzi is retired. Bandini is invalid. Tim to pit, skate chips, oh he crossed the line. Dominator, he will now set a lap. It's a 28.1, Matt T-Boss, invalid. Namsko is the only man we've got to watch out for now. I'm thinking, where will he go? It's on, let's just see what the time is when he crosses this line. It's a 26.9, it's good enough for pole. So SHW Namsko has pole position here in France at the death. So SHW Namsko lines up on pole position here for his home Grand Prix in France. Finlay with a very good qualifying in P2, although he didn't go out for a final run. Well, a run at the end, so you have to wonder. Pop XL P3, so a good qualifying performance from him. Jesper P4, Simon P5 at home, Legend P6, Ron P7, Cortez P8, Santeri P9, Bryn completes the top 10. Michelizzi P11, Bandini P12, Bridges P13, Tim Wentig P14, Dominator P15, and Matt T-Bus is P16, I4 Snipes P17. Matt T-Bus and Snipes did not set a time. Only enough, although that might have been more because of invalidations than, well, just the fact and other reasons. So now he's going to wait for everyone to me. Picks up the strategies. I don't think anyone will want to go for 2-stop. So as the timer's there, some people are already ready. Well, I'm going now. I'll say that most people outside top 10 would be on mediums or hards. And well, hards. everyone outside top 10 on the hearts except for Tunetank. Oh no, that's a disconnect, surely. So, I'm saying it'd be soft to hard for the soft runners, and then it'll probably be hard to medium, and on Tim's case we can get back medium to hard. So, as it coming around now, bit of a spread. As Namsko clearly wants to get to the grid early, well, it might not be the best thing, given that he'll have to be waiting for a bit. So, we're probably just waiting now on the grid. Engines revving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Look, but never stare. Lights out in front. We are racing. And looks like Namsko's got the start he needed. Yeah, he's got a good enough start. Finlay has been passed by PSGL on the start, so not good for him. You want Legend and Jasper battling behind Finlay. They are ahead of Ron. Meanwhile, towards the back, nothing much really. So yeah, that is Tim disconnected. I'll try popping another invite if needed. So, here we go. Meanwhile, at the end of this first lap, in terms of positions, Popix and Finlay have swapped. Well, there's some bitches. Oh, that's Ron in the... Oh, he spun. Oh dear, Snipes also caught up in that one. So the crucial thing now is for Namsko, can he get himself out of the DRS range quickly? Otherwise he's going to have to risk just getting passed by either PSGL or Finlay. On the PSGL is extremely close already, so that probably isn't going to happen unless Namsko is a monster last sector now. Popik says he's going to go around the outside of turn 10 here. It's practically just over an inch between, and probably a bit more, but still very close. Looks like Popik says got it done around the outside. Some brilliant racing there on racecraft from PSGL. Also go from Namsco to make sure that they did not crash. PSGL has the fastest lap. Obviously, since he crossed the line first there. So quickly settling into well, two groups and just one lone racing point. Simon is not with the DRS of his teammate, but it's not as if Bandini is within Simon's DRS either, so he's just a bit all alone. Oh, and that's Spirit Chips past Bandini, Bryn past Santeri. So PSGL, he is keeping his lead at the moment. And well, it's a bit of a train at the moment because Namsco is right on him. So now, as Simon is just stuck in his own here, to say the least. As well as Tim probably isn't on trying back at this stage. So, as Legend is now past Bandini, so he is caught up earlier on in lap 1, but now he's making his way back through. Well, he's on the soft, and in a compromised, well, he's not in a great position now as if he's high up the grid. So now, well, Namsco is back through. My question is, can he get himself out of that DRS range? He can't do it for now anyway, as Snipes has picked up the first time penalty of this race. And see, time penalties will end up becoming a factor here, as it is easy enough to invalidate. Well, given the nature of the track, the walls aren't close, so it's not as if the walls are your track limits. So, we go down this group here. Simon is now falling into this one. He was on his own there for a couple of laps. But now he's going to be putting under pressure now from Spaghetti Chips and the others behind. Well, the question now is going to be when. When are these drivers going to pit as well? Honestly, the hards will probably take a bit of time to get into the warmed up. Let's just put it that way. While the soft still behind by a tread. So that is the question. We're staying out another lap. So, well, as Simon behind Spaghetti Chips, Brain is also for way past Cortez. Cat, so it's a racing. Both racing points are behind both Renaults. Now, where is Brain? It's a little bit away past. But well, it's a bit of a train, so he can't really get himself past anywhere. So anyone will pit this lap early? Namsco is. Pop XL also into the pits, and that's, well, everyone. Literally all the top 7 have just went into the pits at the same time. Oh, and there's Namsco being held. Oh, and he's been jumped. Yep, he's been held, and that means he's been jumped by Pop XL. Namsco's lost the lead thanks to his position in the pit box. Just by Cortez Santeri, who has managed to jump Bryn. So a bit of a. Some people probably should have stayed out purely to avoid the pit jumble. So now, Simon staying out. As now, Simon's all over the back of Legend. Actually, well, rise up the back. Oh, and that's Gulitzi getting a very sneaky move done there, and he is up to 3rd on track at the moment, and we're looking to get past Legend soon enough unless Legend goes into the pits. Legend does pit. Simon also into the pits. So Snipes another penalty. So he's clearly struggling with the track limits, to say the least. So now as well, Poppy says still at an Amsco, the Canadian Jesper, Cortes and Santeri managed to jump in. So in that pit jumble, well, in that mess in the pit lane, you saw, well, Popix now get to jump in Namsco, thanks to the fact Namsco is leading, and that's it got help with all the other cars going into their respective pit boxes. And then I think Breen just, he got help because all people exiting the respective pit boxes. So it's a case of extremely bad luck. So now, up ahead, all extremely close between the top four. That's Finlay, down the inside of turn 10. So that's Finlay's lost the position there. So Jesper, will you be able to get past Namsco? Not really. Namsco has the advantage around him, given the fact that he has all the ERS in the world to use. So if he wants to get past, he probably can. So, well, up here, Spaghetti Chips is leading by about 2.2 seconds. Bandini and McNulty, along with Matibos, all together. So, Matibos, was on for a promising enough race in Zandvoort last week until a mess under safety car. So well, at the moment he's not doing too bad. He's had a clean race so far, and well, he'd be on. Maybe he could get some points. Santeri keeping ahead of Bryn. Bryn might want to go down the inside. Well, he was having a half look there. Snipe 5 seconds being the pit lane. Yep, that's not great for him. He's retired. And that would be why he spent the pit lane. So now, well, Popixel's 5th and well in the net lead. Santeri and Brim once again apparently changing positions. Santeri is closer to Cortez than Bryn is to Santeri. As well, Namsco is past Pop XL now, so Namsco's reclaimed the lead. As well, Pop XL is now passed by Jesper. He still went from net lead to net third in the space of just a couple of corners, well, maybe half a lap. No. So that is Tim Wenting's AI into the pit. Meanwhile, up ahead, well, Pop XL, what we'll be looking to get back past the first Jesper, and then maybe if he can, Namsco. So, well, it's still about 10 seconds between Namsco and Matt Tibos. So, I think the hard runners will have a decent chance of points once they pit and then file in back into, well, wherever, for pretty much. Lap 14, we'll probably see people in the pits anytime, well, nearly now. Well, if somebody pits now, it would be a little odd, because like to me, just not have to go too many laps on the mediums. As well, that is Dominator. So, Spaghetti Chips in the pits. He's gonna come out P11. Yeah, just about P11. So he's got some work to do. So, don't think Mikulitsi, Bandini or Matibos will score many, if any, points. Meanwhile, now Jesper is extremely close. He's going to take the lead now. Oh, French Grand Prix. He's on mediums. Mediums. That's an odd call, but maybe it feels like the mediums will provide enough grip that you wouldn't have to worry. Oh, and that's Micheletti and Bandini pits all up. Oh, I thought that was a front wing change from the angle there. So let's see where they all come out. We have this large group go flying by. Spaghetti Chips now. He should be out well ahead. And it looks like Glitzy is gonna fly out just ahead of Legend. However, Bandini is gonna fly out behind Ron and Legend. So Jesper was on the mediums. Because how long can the mediums hold on? Lap 16, so they should still be perfectly fine now. But maybe when it comes to lap 20, well maybe even lap 21 to 23, the problems will probably start to set in. Oh, and that's Legend past Ron. He's gone around the outside, the wrong right hand. There's Bandini has snuck his way through as well. And he'll be looking to get past his teammate for sure. So Legend is a pits, he's probably... Yep, retirement. That is a clear sign of retirement. This Legend, his race was promising, but didn't really turn out to have so much truth in that promise. So as well, Matt T-Boss has pitted. So now we've well, Jesper in the lead on track with Namsco in P2. Can Jesper hold on? See, that is what we'll find out. No, not sure if he can. This is risky, and he'll definitely accumulate a lot of wear. But then again, the fact he'll just have that much more initial grip, maybe it might just work out for him. So, not a single person, and well, apart from Dominator, has a penalty anymore, so it's incredibly clean in terms of penalties. Not a single VSC or safety car either, so, well, very much clean to say the least. Matibus now past Ron, who had spun lap 1. Oh, that was his race pretty much done with, given that he's on the softs. Is, well, can't really Chips close up to Bryn by the end of the race. Seems like it'll be a hard enough task to do. A little bit of life there from Santeri. Just a bit glitching. Namsco's barely hanging on, though. Jesper just went wide. He's meant to be wide, maybe. The mediums are starting to give up on him already, which is not a good sign. Unless he's playing a two-stop here. So as we still have this long train. And Jesper is that close to breaking it. Oh, that's brain past Santeri. So Santeri's down to 7th. There's not much you can do about it. Both him and Bryn have no ERS, so just been stuck there now. Bryn will be looking to close back up to Cortez. Jesper once again going wide there. Maybe that's just his preferred line, but that is not enough line. Should try to keep tucked in. No, but that is Jesper in the pits, so there was no way he was making it on one side from mediums work there without him dropping off rapidly towards the end. So Namsco now takes back the lead. I mean, where's Jesper gonna come out? And well, I probably should have went with the hard tyres. And he's went with the softs now, so he should be able to fly through the field at the very least. As Santeri now has got a time penalty. That's not good news for him. So still in the top 6, very close. And well, Reverend's in terms of leader. Santeri's only 1.7 seconds off, so any penalty for the Namsco or PSGL would mean they drop like a stone. So, Jesper, he's picked up a time penalty now. Bandini also. So now timers are just starting to roll in now. On lap 21 of all laps. As you're already, well, you will be 7-9 through the race. Well, yeah, just over 2/3 maybe would be better. I'm saying it. Namsco, well, he's got a really good chance to just, well, really extend his championship lead, as he got closed up on in the last race. Cortez, who won the last 2 races, is in 4th. Well, well, with the standings now, it's Namsco who has a 9-point lead over Cortez. And then Santeri is a 22-point gap to Cortez. Santeri isn't going to close in at all. Well, neither is Cortez. So this could be a death knell for the others' chances of this championship, unless Namsco gets a penalty right here and now. I mean right here and now. And next couple of laps. But Namsco has shown some great consistency as this will only be his second win of the season. As he took the win in Bahrain thanks to a ridiculous dive bomb that ended up working, and then he took three consecutive P2s in Singapore, Austria and Spa. Mainly Spa was helped by the fact that Santeri got a puncture that resulted in him not finishing the race. But look, those coming on. Well, I guess you have to be there to take advantage. Cortez, he's had 2 wins, but he hasn't been able to keep the consistency Namsco has. Namsco did have that 1 DNF, but pretty much everyone has had a non-point scoring round at the very least so far. As that's Michelizi past Spaghetti Chips, it's 5.9 now from Michelizi to Santeri, 5.6, 5.5. It's still just, it's a case where PSGL isn't exactly falling out with DRS, but he's not exactly challenging in Namsco either. So 5.2, so the medium runners are closing in on this group. They aren't exactly, well, let's say, closing in that quickly. They would have an impact. This is lap 24 by now, and they're only just starting to really make some inroads. So 6/10 between Namsco and PSGL. Is PSGL going to go for broke here, or is he just going to try get some points? So PSGL championship at the moment is let me see if I can find him here. Oh, and he's P5, so he had a good result in Bahrain, but then a 2 DNS in Singapore and Austria. In Belgium, he had a couple of points, in the Netherlands a couple of points, but he could add a bit more. So this will be a real good help for him if he can claim another P2. Ron's probably going to drop down a few positions, given the position or two, given that he is only going to score 1 singular point. As well, Spaghetti Chips is falling off the back of me. Let's see. Oh, that's Dominator. Oh, and yep, that's not a good race for Dominator. I'll see him and Namsco leading the constructors at the moment. Santeri and it was Pop Excel who's made a big mistake. So he is, well, let's just say he's just quite clearly just bottled this one. As Finlay now is in there to second, Cortez up to the podium, Brain fourth, Santeri fifth, Pop Excel sixth. Michelizzi is seventh, but he's not that far away from being able to close in into Santeri's penalty range. So now Pop Excel, he was on for a very good amount of points there, but now he's just lost it all. You know, we about, well, just one, and now it's just one lap to go. Can't exactly push himself back up the order. While he will end up ahead of Santeri, the problem there is, right, that lies there is the fact that he can't, it's an exact, no one else really is a penalty. It's as Jesper past Matt Tebos, so Jesper's strategy just did not quite work the way he would have hoped it would. Namsco, when he's got the ERS, he just has to pretty much survive this last attack. And he can just burn that ERS all he likes now. Well, he's kept a bit actually, so it's not pretty smart from him there to make sure that he well, he isn't vulnerable. Maybe yes, Bandini is past Spaghetti Chips. And Ron, maybe he'll try to get past himself. Well, it seems like Namsco, barring mistake, is not going to lose this victory at home. So he may, Pop Excel may, and Jesper may have been leading for a bit, but they were not able to hold on. Namsco from pole, well, after a very good pole position lap, he is going to come across the line now to win in France as he waves across the line, and this will be Brain First Championship. Finlay takes P2, Cortez P3, Brain P4, Pop Excel P5, Michelizzi P6, Santeri P7, Spaghetti Chips ends up P8, Ron P9, Matibos gets his first point, I believe. Bandini P11, Jesper P12, Simon P13, Dominator P14, and well, just AIF Tunetank in P15. Just make sure to get the point. I don't think we're getting Namsco, but we will get the others if we can. There we go. Well, Tunetank was lapped, and Dominator, well, he was just getting on lapped just a long ways behind. So Namsco takes the win here in France. Home Grand Prix pole to victory. Finlay P2, so P2 is P2 for him. Cortez comes from 8th on the grid to get P3, so good result for him, but he loses ground in this championship as he was making up some beforehand. Bryn P4, it's a good result for him. Popix P5, Mikulitsi P6, Centauri P7, Spaghetti Chips P8, Ron P9, Mativos P10, the getting his first point of the season, I believe. Bunny Dini P11, Jesper P12, Sign P13, Dominic 14, Tim Wentig Lab P15, then DNF's Legend and Snipes. We'll just see if we get the podium sitters or not. Just wait a little, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Oh no, I don't think they will join, so thank you all for watching. Hopefully we should be back next week for what I believe is round 7 at Canada. So a street circuit where it's fairly quick, opportunities overtake, but it's very easy to pick up damage. So hopefully I'll have Evan along to me next week, but thank you all for watching, and until next week, it's goodbye.